Well, good day, viewers, and welcome to the Sport Wrap Show. I'm your host, Brian Munango, updating you and unfolding the latest sports news. While we have a full list of local sports that we'll be diving into as we get into the hit list. First up on the show, we'd like to start off with some great news all the way from Zimbabwe, Harare, where both our men and women hockey teams have been participating at the Central South African Hockey Qualifiers for AFCON 2025. And our women came up short, or let's rather say they settled for a draw against Zambia, and the game ended 1-1, while the men put on a historic performance and they won all three their group stage matches, ending off with a 5-0 win against Zambia, finishing on top of the table, qualifying for AFCON 2025 and also setting up a final against Zambia once more. That will be taking place tomorrow, of course, and the women have just confirmed that they'll be taking on Zambia in the final as well. Zimbabwe have dropped out, and Zimbabwe will play for the third place playoff against Eswatini. So we look forward to grabbing those medals in the finals tomorrow. But it is confirmed that both men and women have qualified for the AFCON 2025. And at AFCON, if they make it through, then they make it through to the FIH World Cup. So we are looking forward to seeing these teams not only participate but compete at the highest level. We have a highlight clip, not a highlight clip, but an overlay clip that we did get from one of the people there at that side in Zimbabwe. So please do stay tuned as we look at how the men play today. So the females are set to take on not Eswatini, but take on Zambia in the finals. That match is scheduled for 1:30, and the men are set to take on Zambia as well, and that match is scheduled for 3:30. So make sure to tune in for those big games. We're looking forward to what we have next on our table. Sevens Rugby is getting revived in Namibia thanks to Ongos Valley FC, not Ongos Valley FC, but Ongos Valley, who have contributed or sponsored $100,000 to the tournament. And this tournament is set to kickstart on the 21st of September, and it will conclude on the 4th and the 5th of October on a day called Festive Rugby Day. So we look forward to that. We do have a few clips from the press conference that took place today, so please do stay tuned for that. Joined by Regan Craig, the chairperson of Ongos Valley. Regan, just tell us what happened here today and what does this announcement mean for sports in Namibia?
So, Brian, Ongos Valley is participating in the Sevens tournament. So it's a tournament that is going to happen right across the country, south. We're going to have a tournament at the coast, and some of the one northern team that is there is going to join the tournament at the coast. And then on the 4th and 5th of October, we're going to have the culmination of an event in Windhoek. What Ongos Valley, we've sponsored about $1 million Namibia dollars. That's for the arrangement of the tournament, the prize money, logistics, getting the players, so for example, in Keetmanshoop, where we've got the southern event, we've got teams coming from Luderitz, we sponsor their transport and the likes. So it's in total, it's about $1 million that we're sponsoring. But at Ongos, we've always, in our philosophy and our vision, we look at getting involved in the communities when we do business. So we see this part of our community engagement strategy. We also look at opportunities for youth development and creating opportunities for youth. And then a sports tournament like this, we're creating an economy around sports. Now, having that sports, the events, just on the day, the retailers who's coming there, there's various brands that we encourage you to sponsor as well. There's coaches, there's physios. If we can really create the proper structure and system around sports, I think at that point we will have a much more diverse economy around sports. So I think within the Ongos perspective, because in our vision statement we talk about providing solutions that elevate human dignity and decency, this allows us to really get involved in the community.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Morgan Peterson, I'm the
president of the Western Suburbs Rugby Club, and we're extremely proud and privileged to be selected as the partner host for Ongos Valley and the Sevens program with the NRU for the next 5 years. We share a very deep DNA with what Mr. Greg has said with regards to our community. Being a community club, turning 45 years this year, it is also a highlight for us to participate in this tournament and the objectives that is set forth. It is a key objective of this tournament is to identify and nurturing talented Sevens players that would eventually come up into the national team for Namibia. We are proud in terms of supporting and capacitating the local rugby clubs, which we have chosen to host not only the tournament, but also the structure of the tournaments that we've put together. And then ultimately what we want this to culminate in is a festival of rugby, which will then take place on the 4th and 5th of October. What we've done is we've split the tournament into 3 rounds. Round 1 is in the southern region, which is Keetmanshoop this year. It will take place on the 21st of September. It will be hosted by the Rams Rugby Club, and the idea is that we get all the southern clubs together with one of the central clubs to participate on a round-robin basis in that league or that tournament. Then we've got round 2, which is in the coast, which will be hosted by the Dolphins Rugby Club in Swakopmund on the 28th of September. And in this competition, we aim it to be for the first league teams that's situated in the east, western and northern part of Namibia, to be the first league teams that's going to participate in that. And then we also see this as the starting point for the Premier League clubs to warm up towards that festival of rugby environment that is scheduled for the 4th and 5th of October. We've also got women's teams that's going to be participating on the 4th. That's when the program will start for this tournament. We are extremely privileged to have a championship round that will consist of 2 all-star teams. One of the all-star teams will come from the south, and the other one of the all-star teams will come from the coast. This will be seen in partnership or in part as creating a suitable playing pool that can be selected from for the Namibia national teams. And by extension, that means that we're giving the platform to these first league teams, or the best of the first league teams, to participate with the Premier League teams on the event of the 5th of October. We are excited to announce that the total prize money for this upcoming tournament is 100,000, and that is sponsored by our main sponsor, which is Ongos Valley. Thank you very much.
We're all looking forward to the Sevens rugby tournament, the Ongos Sevens tournament, of course, and we are very excited about that. We'll be going for a very, very short break, and we'll be joined by Nabil, who will be telling us more about the FNB Oshihavera experience. So please do stay tuned, as we'll be back after the break.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted, or starting your career business, may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Yes, viewers, so we are joined by Nabil Robiati. I'm saying it correctly.
Perfect.
Yes, all the way representing the Rock and Rod. He's a member of the committee. Let's not waste any time. I mean, we both know what you are here for. You can see the banners in the back. We're speaking about the FNB Oshehavera experience. I'm very excited for that one. But for the viewers that do not know what we are talking about, please just let them know what the event is about.
Cool. Thanks for having me. So Oshehavera has been on the calendar for 19 years now. This is our 19th edition. So we're going for the big one next year. And it's called an experience. It's the only multi-stage race, mountain bike race in Namibia. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. And we've introduced what we call a prologue on a Friday. So it's a 2.5-day event. And it's been always a success because it really attracts quite a large number of riders from the young boys and girls all the way to the grandmasters. And it's a team event as well. It's not individual. So you enter as a team. Your team has a cool name. You know, my team is called Too Tired.
Too Tired.
You know, TWO, Too Tired. Because you know we just want to make sure that we don't create any expectation. But yeah, people love creating new teams every year. There's guys that have been racing with the same team name for many years. As you know, the route is towards Midgard on the Saturday and back to Windhoek on a Sunday. Going through the mountains is a beautiful race. You have it comprises of what we call the racing snakes, the guys that really try to go for the podium, and then you get the leisure riders that like to challenge themselves, but they're not too serious about it. So it's an experience. There's a lot that goes into it, from of course the big sponsors like FNB to the smaller sponsors and the guys that are putting money for towards prize giving. There's quite a lot of prizes. There's podiums, there's medals, there's music. So it's really a weekend out in this the moment beautiful weather, and yeah, we're quite excited.
Okay, well, before we speak about the 20th, which is next year, the big one, let's focus on this one this year. Speaking of dates, I know it's from the 8th and the 9th.
Yes.
Of September.
So yes, it's a Saturday and Sunday. The prologue is on the Friday. The prologue, what it is it's a shorter circuit. It's about 15 to 20 kilometers where the teams need to basically pitch and race as fast as they can around the circuit, and that gives them a time and already kind of sets the starting times for the Saturday and the Sunday. If you don't pitch, you get a penalty. So already, usually the Friday is like what in Formula One will be the qualifying.
Okay.
Where the teams test themselves,
get ready, and
they kind of look, who's strong, who's not. So we added that as a cool addition to the race. But the actual race is on Saturday. And for the fast guys, you're looking at 2.5 hours. For the slower guys, you're looking at 4 or 5 hours. But the route is beautiful, and on the Sunday is departing from Midgard back to Windhoek.
Okay, well, speaking of those that want to enter and want to take part in this beautiful Oshehavera experience, how does one sign up? How does one make sure that they are there? How do you get your number, and how do you get your...
So first of all, Rock and Rat as a club organizes Oshehavera. You don't have to be a member of the club to enter. Of course, if you are a member of the club, you do get a discount. The best way to enter is to go on our Facebook page, Rock and Rat. And you'll find a very easy link to enter the race. You have, of course, you enter as a team. So both people have to register and then create a team name. And it's as easy as that. The entries close at the end of this month, just to give us the 1 week buffer for us to be able to put everything together. The registration for the race, the official registration, is going to be on the Thursday prior to the prologue.
So you guys know that you have until the 31st or until the end of this month to make sure you are registered. Speaking of the Rock and Rat Club, What do you guys do outside of the Oshavera experience? What do you guys focus on?
So Rock and Rat was born, I think, in 1991. It's been going on for quite a number of years. The main aim of the club has always been to promote cycling, in our case mountain biking. It's of course a non-for-profit. Members serve on a committee for 3 to 4 years and then give space for newcomers that want to help. So all the money that is made through Oshavera or the other races that we organize, such as the different marathons, the cross-country race series, all the money is going back into the community as much as we can. We do a lot of, we sponsor some of the money for the athletes that go overseas and race, including the Olympics. We do spend quite some money in fostering and promoting the younger generation of Namibian cyclists that like the sport. So yes, it's really a club that wants to promote, health. Cycling in Namibia as a sport has become and is growing by the day. The Rock and Rat Mountain Bike Club also helps the Namibian Cycling Federation in terms of the fees that we charge. Part of the fee also goes to them. So it kind of serves a bigger umbrella. We also use the money to build new trails around Windhoek. We have some trails already that have been built, but we always want to add more trails so that we can have different locations. Just like they have all over the world, the trail network can be quite expanded quite a lot, especially in Namibia. We don't have lack of space. So yeah, that's what
Rock and Rat. Well, that's a lot. That's really a lot. And looking forward to the event that's set for the 8th and for the 9th.
Yes.
I mean, the viewers that are at home, like you said, not everyone is trying to compete and get on the podium and win the medal. But what would your advice be to the viewers that are watching from home that would maybe want to take part, but they're a bit on the skeptical side?
I think we have a good option for you this year, and I think you should personally look into it. You. So the option this year is, because we're ramping up to the 20th edition of next year, is if you've never really done a 2.5-day stage event, we're giving you an opportunity to do a 1-day race. So you do the prologue on the Friday, and then you're just going to race up to Midgard, relax, drink your coffee or beer or whatever you want, and then drive back to Windhoek, and it's going to have its own category. And of course you have to do it as a team. So if you have a friend who's not maybe fit and would like to try cycling to Midgard through the trails, this would be a really good option. We're testing it for this year. It's been successful. We got quite a few entries. So if you're too scared for the 2-day, you can do a 1-day thing, and hopefully you'll like it. And next year you can enter with a bang. I think
that's the best way for me to start.
I think
let me do that one, and then I can do both after I now.
Very good.
Then I can enter the 20th edition.
Perfect.
For both 2 days.
Proper.
So I'll speak to the team, and I'll speak to my doctor to find out if my hamstring is fine now, because last time I had a hamstring issue. And then if I can get a bike as well.
Sure. We can make a plan for you.
If you can do that, and then I'll
make a plan for you. Awesome.
Okay, then I need a teammate, you said.
Yeah, you have to find that one. You have to find yourself. Yeah, it can. Let's say that you can make friends, but you can also break friendships. If you find a teammate which is always behind you, and I mean you look fit. You just need to get someone who's a bit slower, so you'll be the stronger guy and you can push him up the hill.
Then I can be the one that.
Yeah, remember there's different categories, so it goes by age, combined age, and also mixed category, which is male and female. So you can decide both. You can take your mom, you can take your girlfriend, you can take your wife, your daughter. It doesn't matter. You'll enter the category which is specific for you, and that really gives you a good competition within your category.
I love how there's you guys accommodate everyone and make sure there's everything for everyone.
We're all
to have.
inclusive.
Okay, speaking of, before I do let you leave, Nabil, the routes. How do the routes look like? Are you guys doing anything different this year compared to last year, or you guys just revamped and cleaned
Yeah,
it up
not
for
really.
the-
Yeah, the route this year is very similar to last year's route. We're still trying to figure out the prologue, where it's going to be. Definitely around the Ochihase mine, which is the starting point for Saturday. But the route is mostly on what they call a jeep track.
Okay.
Through the farms all the way to Midgard, and then on the way back it still does some of the segments, and then it goes back down to Windhoek. So on the Saturday you're going up a little bit more, and on the Sunday you do a loop around Midgard and then back to Windhoek. But you know, as I said, the technically is not as demanding as many people may think. I think if you take it easy and you're really out there to have fun and to be in nature, I think that's the most important. There's enough water points for you to take a break and eat something and drink. And yeah, it's really for everyone to attend.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm thinking about it. I really am. How long is this course? So I know.
So now you are asking me a hard question. I think this year's route, you're looking at about anywhere between 60 and 75 kilometers for the Saturday, and the same for the Sunday.
Ish.
You promise me you're going to do it. The one day is 70 kilometers. By the way, I forgot, there's an e-bike option.
That sounds good. That sounds
So
really
if you don't have an e-bike, you can rent an e-bike for a couple of the dealers in Windhoek. And I mean, you put it on Boost.
good. Yeah, then
Bro, I just found the solution for you.
okay, let's organize the bike thing.
Let's do
We'll
that.
speak after the
Okay, cool.
behind the screens, and then we'll sort that out.
Awesome.
But before we do let you leave, any last words for the viewers? Anything else you'd like to add on to the experience that we are having this year from the 8th to the 9th of September?
Yeah, I think, the most important is to be out there. And I think, we're really trying to promote, health. And it's a very inclusive event where families get together and spend the weekend out. It's a very safe environment for everyone. If you've never really done mountain biking before, it's a perfect option for you to start. And if you've been mountain biking your whole life and you've never done a two-stage race, this is the one to do. It's the only one of its type in Namibia. There's no reason why you shouldn't do it.
There's no reason why you shouldn't do it.
And just to end, my life slogan this year is never too late
It's never too late.
to have a happy childhood.
Regardless of how old you are.
That regardless.
It's never too late to have
So
a
grab your
happy
bike,
childhood.
rent a bike, borrow a bike, and do it.
I think that slogan is going to stay with me for the whole
Awesome.
day. But yeah, guys, hopefully me and Nabil can come to some sort of agreement, and we'll be letting you guys know if I'll be taking part in this prestigious competition. But from us in studio, we'll be seeing you on the 8th and on the 9th for the Ochihadera experience.
Thank you.
Neo Paints is proud to call Namibia home. For more than 70 years, Neo Paints has been inspired by this country's natural colors and beauty. To produce the wide variety of trusted quality paints we have become known for. Proudly Namibian by nature, Neo Paints has over the years involved itself in several key projects across the nation, bringing lasting beauty, premium paints to liven up both indoor and outdoor environments. As durable as the Namib Desert, Neo Paints has stood the test of time through all weather conditions, leaving a lasting impression on the hearts and the minds of all Namibians. Neo Paints Namibia, a coat of excellence.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first, it is the Cincinnati Open that is completed and it's now building up to the US Open. It was the finals that was played, and in the men's final it was the world number one, it's Jannik Sinner. He won the tournament, he beat Francis Tiafoe. He beat him by 7-6 and 6-2. It is Francis Tiafoe that was unseeded in the tournament, so a great tournament for him. In the women's side of the draw, it is Aryna Sabalenka that won the tournament. She beat American Jessica Pegula by 6-3 and 7-5. It is Aryna Sabalenka that will be one of the favourites, or the favourite, on the hard courts. She also won the Australian Open on a similar surface, and it is the US Open that will start this coming Monday, and it is the fourth major of the year. Moving on to motorcycle news, it is the MotoGP news. The standings at the moment, the point standings is that Jorge Martin is leading on his Ducati on 241 points. That's after a second place in the Austrian Grand Prix. It was Francisco Bagnaia, also in the Ducati, that won the Austrian Grand Prix. He's in second position on 238. And then in third position is Anea Bastianini with 192 points. And South African Brad Binder, he's in seventh position overall on 114 points. He had a good Austrian Grand Prix. He started on 12th position and finished in 5th position. That was the Austrian Grand Prix the past weekend. Closing off today's international sports news with soccer news, it is the English Premier League that's in full swing. It was a Monday night game, and it was Leicester that hosted Tottenham Hotspur, and it was a tough game that ended 1-1 draw. Good result for Leicester. They didn't play in the Premier League last year. They were out of the Premier League for one season, back again, so a good result for them at home against difficult opponents. The next game for Leicester this coming weekend will be against Fulham. That will be a away game for them, and it is Manchester City that will host the team of Ipswich. That will be on Saturday. It is Manchester City, the defending champions. They started off with a win the past weekend, and also some of the other big names in the English Premier League also started with wins like Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester United. So the English Premier League that will continue this coming weekend. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.